the college nutrition game. Now that you have watched the video and studied the infographic, it's time to test your knowledge with a game. You will need 2 to 4 players, the game board, playing tokens, the 4 sets of game cards, the pantry list, and a completed nutritional needs card for each player. It will be helpful to also have a calculator handy. Before starting the game, each player will use their nutritional needs card to determine their individual caloric requirements. The meals table will be completed during the game. Going in order of youngest to oldest, each player will begin with drawing a college life card. This card will tell you how many spaces you may move forward. If the player selects a card that would move the player backwards, they will wait until their next turn and draw again. After each player has made their moves, progress on the board is made by drawing the corresponding color card that the player is currently on. Movements will be determined based off of the results based on the results described on the card. There are 4 types of cards. This or that. These cards require the player to pick the best food option from the list of items. Study. Players will test their general nutrition knowledge by answering the questions on these cards. College life. There are no questions here. These cards tell a player a scenario of college life and require the player to move forward or backward. The daily meal challenges will test the player's ability to choose the best options available to create a balanced diet. Using the pantry card for nutritional information, the player will need to select 3 items on the daily challenge card to make a meal. The total of each meal will count towards the final score to win the game. There are 3 meal challenges. A player may not pass this space until they have successfully completed the challenge. If successfully answered, the player moves on to the space they originally drew. If unsuccessful, the player returns to the space they previously occupied and must wait for their next turn to try again. Once the player answers the challenge, they will then choose the item for their daily meal to fit their daily requirements. The game is over when every player crosses the finish line and graduates. The winner will be determined based off of the information gathered on the nutritional needs card. Scoring. Points are earned based off of order of graduation. The first to cross earns 200 points. The second to cross, 175 points. Third, 150 points. And fourth to cross earns 100 points. Next, points will be added or subtracted based off how well each player did with their meal plans. For each category the player met exactly, they will gain 10 points. For each category the player exceeded their daily goals, they will lose 1.5 points for each gram over. For every category that the player does not meet their daily goal, they will lose 1 point for every gram under. The winner is the player with the most final points.